So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and time for another Rambles of a Fool. So it's actually pretty quiet in World of Tanks at the moment. Not an awful lot of hot news coming through, mainly because the new test server 9.22 went live yesterday, Friday. It was delayed by a day, which is intriguing. I wonder why. But that's for the new patch that is due in February. So we'll take a look at some of the changes there. There's also a new HD map. And a couple of little tweaks around how they implement patches and so forth. So we'll take a look at everything there is, and oh yeah, an exciting new mission as well that they're bringing out where you can win those bonds. Other thing to note is from Saturday, this weekend special, if you've got free XP to use up, now's your time. It's ×3 for the first victory. 25% off camo and only 25% off camo and inscriptions. That's cheap. It was used to be 50%, surely. 50% off crew retraining, 50% off resetting crew skills, 1 to 35 free XP conversion, 50% off equipment, and 50% off consumables. Obviously that's only on the EU server, so sorry guys on North America, but there you go. So anyway, let's get going. Let's take a look at 9.22 first. So the big news this week is the launch of the new common test server for 9.22. So for those unaware, this is just where they try out some of the changes that are coming in the next patch due February time. You get a chance to go on there, play tanks, what have you, play the new vehicles, see what's coming. And the data they collect from those go back in. Now you basically have the same garage you had in the real game, but it's slightly dated, so it's not generally bang up to date. But everything you do there is completely separate to your main account. You're given a whole load of extra credits, whole load of extra gold, whole load of free XP, and you just go off and unlock whatever tanks you feel like and go and play with them. The downside of the test server is that because you can play with gold that isn't yours, pretty much everybody just spams gold. There's also a lot of team killing goes on as well, because there isn't really the same penalties there are on the main server. So anyway, it is a good way of trying out, having a look to see what goes on. I will try and get on there. I mentioned I'm off on business next week, so I'm not sure whether I'll get a chance to get on the test server to bring you some videos, but if I do, I will, and show you what there is. But let's have a look at the wargaming video just to see what they want to talk about.
Update 9.22 was released for the common test. We will check how the new matchmaker version works and revise 3 branches of the Soviet tech tree. The Soviet tank destroyers and medium and heavy tanks will change. Learn more details right now.
That's jolly good of them.
The common test brought the improved matchmaker. The mechanism for selecting the type of random battles changed. Now the matchmaker tries not to put the player into the same type of battle several times in a row.
Good.
And now the most important changes. Big and very interesting balance changes in the Soviet tech tree. Let's start with the tank destroyers. The revamped Soviet tank destroyers with rear-mounted cabins released for the Update 9.22 common test. There have been several problems with this branch. For example, the Tier 9 Su-122-54 doesn't fit the logic of the vehicle characteristics development and ways to play it. There's also a controversial vehicle at the top of the branch. Some players like it, but the Object 263 is rarely met in the battles.
So how many people are going to bet for the fact that the Su-122-54, whatever it is, the Tier 9, will appear in about 6 months' time as a premium at a Tier 8? I think that's absolutely beyond question. That's what will happen.
To solve these issues, we decided to rebalance the whole branch. According to the plan, this should be a branch of assault tank destroyers, balanced for battles at short and medium ranges. The Su-101M1 and Su-101 will keep their positions. Some of their characteristics will significantly change for the better. Now they're more convenient for fighting in close combat. The Su-122-54 will be removed from the game. For now, it's hard to say whether it will return or not. The Object 263 will take its place, the former top of the branch. It's a good vehicle, but not for Tier 10. So we adjusted some of its characteristics, and it fits Tier 9 ideally. The top of the branch will be occupied by the Object 268 version 4. It's a vehicle with excellent front armor and a gun that can cause 650 damage per shot on average. Its gameplay is similar to its predecessors in the branch. In our opinion, this branch is now more interesting and balanced after these changes. At the same time, players have had some doubts and questions about them. We examined them carefully. So we will make the final decision on how the branch of Soviet tank destroyers with rear-mounted turrets will look based on the common test results.
So there you go, there's the point of the common test server. So you heard it right from the horse's mouth. Well, I don't know whether it's horse, but anyway, they're going to look at the results, see what comes of it. So if you object very strongly to, well, go and try it, test server out, I would say. It's always worth it, and we'll see what the result is.
Let's move on.
Yes, let's.
The branch of Soviet medium tanks with rear-mounted turrets will also change. Its former top vehicle, the Object 430, will move to a separate branch. This branch will be short but interesting. It will start with the T-44. The Object 430 will become a Tier 9 vehicle, and a new vehicle will occupy Tier 10, the Object 430U. These vehicles will play the role of assault medium tanks. Their armor, dynamics, and guns with high damage per shot will help them in doing so. The new tank will take the Object 430's place at Tier 10. It's still being developed and won't appear in Update 9.22. Its gameplay will be similar to the Object 416 and Object 430 version 2. It will have a powerful gun and decent armor. And now let's talk about the most important thing in
So before he moves on to the heavies. So basically, I don't quite understand that. Assault mediums. I've been interested in history for pretty much all my life and done a lot of reading around battles and Second World War tanks and what have you, because I'm a bit of a geek like that. I have never heard the concept of assault mediums. Assault guns, yes. Assault heavies, yes. The whole point of a medium is mobility. So anyway, it's completely alien type of concept that they bring into the game, but hey, I guess it gives us something different to play with, and that's to be welcomed, right? Right, on to the heavies.
Update 9.22. We're planning to change the Soviet heavy tanks. We haven't made changes this big for several years.
Paying attention now,
This is the T-10. It's a good vehicle. Players like it, but it's not played the way the IS-3 or IS-7 are. So its place at Tier 9 will be taken by the Object 257. It should fit in with the company of two legendary vehicles more smoothly. The T-10 will remain in the tech tree. It will be researched via the IS-3 and lead to the new Soviet Tier 10 tank. If you have researched the IS-7, your XP will remain on the T-10 and move to the new branch together with the tank. Talking about the new top vehicle, the work on it is still in progress. It won't be released in Update 9.22, but we can already say it will be similar to the T-10, a fast tank with a strong turret.
So they are changing two of the tech trees, the mediums and the heavies, and there won't be a Tier 10 to go out at the same time. That's slightly odd. I think somebody just didn't hit their deadlines there. Naughty boys.
Update 9.22. We will replace several vehicles at once. You can find out more about the replacements on our website. There are the detailed rules of replacement in the Update 9.22 preview USSR tree revision article. And now the main piece of news. 3 new Soviet heavy tanks will be added in Update 9.22. The ISM, Object 705, and Object 705A. They are powerful and heavily armored tanks. At the same time, they are quite agile. They won't keep up with the IS-7, of course, but will outrun the German vehicles. Their thick armor comes with a gun with higher than average damage per shot. For example, the Object 705A dishes out 650 damage. These tanks are for pushing through enemy defenses at close and medium range. The new vehicles are researched via the IS. Join the common test, play, and make sure you share your impressions with us. We make this game together.
All very corny. We make this game together. We just make pots of money and you spend it. Anyway, silly. I think it's interesting. We've talked about a lot about the 9.22 patch leading into the 1.0. I still find it amazing that they're changing 2 branches and the tier 10s in those branches aren't available yet. But hey, what do I... Yeah, I know deadlines, technology, blah, blah, blah. But I think most of the changes are interesting, very, very interesting. But hop over to the test server, have a look, try it out for yourself, and report back. Thank you, Sergeant. Well done. So a pretty cool mission is underway. Started yesterday, Friday, goes through the weekend to Sunday, where you can win bonds. So... blogs reporting this as being EU and North America, so I have no idea, Southeast Asia, whether you are involved in this or not. You always seem to get the rough end of the stick, so to speak, on this. So what is it? It's a hunt for bonds, basically. So those bonds are the things that the extra special currency that you can earn 1 or 2 if you have an epic medal, or if you play in a tier 10 game, you'll get a few more. And they can be exchanged for boosters for your crew, and also if you collect enough of them, for special equipment. We give you an extra, I can't remember, percentage, 5% I think it is, better equipment than the standard, so you reload 5% quicker, blah 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 blah. They've always talked about the fact there's more opportunities to win these things. I just think they're wrong on every level, but there you go, that's me. So stage 1 is from the 19th for 3 days. It's what they're calling the Grand Hunt. You have to be active, you have to win, basically you earn the bonds in battles. So various missions to earn the bonds, and then they go into a prize pool which everybody then fights for. So I guess the more people are out there playing this weekend, the more goes into the total prize pool. Then stage 2 for the after those 3 days have happened, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So from Monday onwards, you'll receive 2 battle missions every day, and if you play 15 battles a day where you're in the top 10 of your team, you'll get 100 of the bonds. If you earn 13,000 base XP daily, that's quite a lot. It guarantees 150 bonds in your account. So basically, if you were to play incessantly for the next few days, you could potentially earn 250 on a daily basis, although that's quite tough to do. There's no strict end date, and the more the community puts into the prize money, so basically this is the way it's going to work. So the more that are earned this weekend, the longer this mission goes on for. So basically, if there's 1 million bonds in there, once that 1 million bonds is gone, well, that's it. It can only work in vehicles in tier 6 and above. So there you go. Typical. I'm away next week. I'm in the US and I won't be playing, so looks like I miss out on the bonds, but never mind. Hope you all enjoy it. Yeah, well, it's nice. I do like daily missions and things that make you do it. Play regularly. 15 battles per day is doable, I guess. It's quite a lot of battles. That's quite a lot of battles, and 13,000 XP is also quite a lot. So we'll see whether that's doable, how long it's doable, and how long this thing goes on for. But nice to see they're doing missions, that's for sure. So next up, they've HDified Nebel, whatever it's called, the 30v30 Grand Battles map. So it's getting the whole HD treatment, which we know that all the maps in the upcoming complete rework in 1.0 will all be HD. So it will be beautiful. Pretty nice. It almost seems a shame to fight through it, doesn't it? Personally, this 3330 particularly frustrates me because it just seems a camp fest. Two people sit at the back, artillery squash you if you stop for more than a few seconds, It's pretty at least. So this is good news if it's true. This was posted on one of the Russian forums, and it's picked up here by Patrol blog, that in future they're making some amendments, and in future some of these micro patches we keep getting won't knock out your mods. So if you like me, you run a few mods on your account, every time they do these little micro patches, it knocks those mods out, and you have to wait and then download the new mod, which is actually the same mod, it's just been moved to a different folder, just to deal with whatever they've done with the micro patch. But apparently this is not going to be a thing anymore, so it won't affect the mods. Only the bigger patches will affect the mods, and thumbs up from me on that score. Makes life a lot easier. So the festive ops stuff is obviously over now, and it does seem to have been damn popular, and very successful for both wargaming, because we spent a lot of money, I guess, and also for the players, because we got an awful lot of stuff. Now, I don't know about you guys, the unintended side effects of the festive period, and I did enjoy it with all the extra credit boosts, was because everyone was earning extra credits, the amount of extra gold that was being fired around. Because even if you went full gold with the boosts you could get, if you got somewhere through the decorations in the scrapbook, you still broke even. You still made money. So yeah, people were, as the time went by, it seemed to me there was more and more gold being fired, because people they earned money from it. Seems to settle down a little bit now since it's finished, which is great. So I'm not going to have a rant about gold firing, honestly. So what's that? 3 trillion decorations collected. That's a million, or 3 billion. 3 billion plus decorations collected. 12 million female crew members are recruited. Well, I suppose if there's 4, that's 3 million people got all 4. Well, no, it doesn't work out like that. But anyway, 12 million female crew members were recruited. 400,000 premium tier 8s were found in those gift packs. 400,000. So there was 4 of them, wasn't there? So do you reckon there was 100 of each? So does that mean there's 100,000 extra Hype 59s driving around? 55 million holiday missions completed. 148 million decorations crafted. And 2 million reached level 10. Now I'm surprised it's that low. I thought it'd be a lot more than that, but I guess maybe people have more of a life than I do. I did it within about 2 weeks. I can't remember, but very quickly. I got to level 10. It wasn't that difficult if you played a reasonable amount, but 2 million people got to level 10. And style awards. So this is where you completed the different books. So 160,000 got the New Year, got the Soviet one. 128,000 got the modern Christmas. 135,000 got the traditional Christmas, and 125,000 got the Chinese one. Personally, I didn't complete any completely. I made sure I just got as high as I possibly could on all of them, so I could get. I think I had 48% on a couple, and everything else was 30, whatever it was, 38, 36, whatever the next one down was. So, anyway, I mean, I think judging by these numbers, as I say, Wargaming had a good Christmas. And seems like most of the players did too. We all got a lot of extra credits, all got a lot of extra crew members, female crew members. So that's all good, right? All really good. You still definitely have until sometime in March to get your rewards, outstanding rewards. So if you log in to the game, you'll see a little thing at the bottom right hand corner which says you have unused rewards to use, or something to that effect, and you click on that. And for my case, I've used all my percentages on the tanks, but I haven't assigned any of my girlies yet, so they're all waiting for when I get to tier 9 in the Frenchies. At some point when I've done that, I will get hold of those rewards and so forth. But it's great. I think it's been a good thing. I like what they've done at Christmas. It didn't feel too money grabbing, although the Advent thing was an absolute crock of shit, frankly. Just didn't see any value in what they were trying to sell there. But rest of it, very good. Thumbs up from here. They will be relieved. Okay, so I leave this to last because I know some people, like myself, actually get fed up with people going on about, oh, hard times for us YouTubers and blah blah blah. But you've probably seen this. A number of us smaller channels have been smacked with the demonetization, complete demonetization initiative from YouTube. So they have decided in their infinite wisdom that unless you get 4,000 viewing hours in the last 12 months and 1,000 subscribers, you're not up to having any monetization, so screw you. Now, I get 4,000 hours of watch time. That's not the issue for me. But my issue is subscribers. I only have 800. I have a lot. I have 880 subscribers or thereabouts. But it's taken me 2 years to get to that number. So the chances I'll be able to get to 1,000 before their arbitrary deadline of the 20th of February is pretty slim. So in 30 days, or probably less than that, I have to find 120 plus subscribers. Which usually takes me about 6 months to do. So that'll be it. And and I don't make any real money out of this channel at all. It's not the point. While I do it for the fun of it. I mean, hell, I'd love to make money out of it. Don't be under any disillusions that if someone's going to pay me to do something I enjoy doing, then fantastic. But my plan was always to reinvest that into the channel and reinvest it in either premiums to sell off, to give away on the channel, or for me to review so it didn't eat into my actual income. But yeah, it's not going to happen at the moment, so it looks like I'm going to be screwed like a lot of other smaller channels. And I just don't get it, really, this whole thing. Well, I do get it. YouTube's been losing money hand over fist, that's the problem. They've got to find a way of cutting back on it. They don't make any money. They've got to lessen their debts. So what do? They just screw over the small boys who don't actually make anything. Because logic, hey. But for months they've reduced the amount of money we could potentially earn. I think with my 800 plus subscribers, my sort of target income is actually less than it was when I was on 250 subscribers. So that just shows how much we've had an impact. I think in the 2 years I've been doing this channel, I've had one payment from YouTube. Yeah, I think one payment, maybe one and a half, because I already had a channel with some other stuff on it, and it just topped it up to hit the threshold to pay me. And we're talking $50, $60. You're not talking huge amounts of money here, right? Yeah, that's the kind of money I've made on this channel. So, but I'm not even going to get that anymore. So it's what I said before. Is hugely demotivating, really. You work hard, you think, well, at least I can see that I used to get excited. I'd look at my AdSense account and see that it was heading up very, very close to the threshold where I might actually get a check from YouTube. I know, childish. But it's not going to happen anymore by the look of it, unless you guys can find 120 or so of your buddies who haven't subscribed to the channel to get them to click on that button before the 20th of February. And I presume you've got to maintain that. I don't know. It doesn't actually say. Yeah, frustrating and demotivating all at the same time. So anyway, enough of my first world problems. So I hope you found that interesting and useful. As I say, it was a slightly quieter week this week. Not an awful lot of stuff happening on the forums and discussions, but some interesting bits nonetheless. And 9.22 does look like it's going to be in a very interesting patch. So hop over to the test server, have a look, have a play. Report back, let us all know what you think. Won't be a Rambles next week because, as I mentioned in the video, I'm away all week, actually in Dallas next week in America. for business, so probably won't. Well, I definitely won't get on to any games, and I certainly won't be doing any videos. But I've set a few up ready to go out, so hopefully you'll get a little bit of a dose this week of some GamerDom videos. Lots of subscribers sent in stuff, so thank you for everybody who has. Reminder, anybody who wants to send in a game, just do, please. If you think it's going to be interesting, exciting, it doesn't have to be an ace tanker, but something that's going to be exciting and fun to watch. Just bung it in, send it in, upload it to the WoT Replays site, and send it to my email, gamerdom13@gmail.com, and I promise to take a look at it. May not be immediately, but I will take a look at it, and if I think it's going to be fun or interesting, I'll upload it to the channel. So anyway, nothing much more else to say other than enjoy your games, have fun, try not to take it too seriously, and I will see you again soon. This is GamerDom, signing out.